I was standing here for like a minute straight talking on Discord when I was supposed to be streaming. Go figure. Good morning. And what is going on here? A complete version of the project. I guess EverQuest Project 99 has been completed. I'm just turning down the other speaker here so we don't hear the bleeps. So, yeah, I did a successful package yesterday, cook package, no errors at all, with the child actor components that make my torches so much cleaner. If you saw it at all yesterday while I was editing it, compare it to how it is now and thusly how it used to be, that's so much better. I'm just going to continue cleaning these up. I get rid of the backups too. Don't need that anymore. Just double checking on other things. So using a child actor component packages correctly now. So it's good. It's much easier. I don't have to keep track of spawning and destroying an extra component thing. What is this? I think that's the old one. Delete that and the timeline. I think I need to keep that. Timeline. Yeah. Where's this? That's the one I'm using. Morning, Mo. I was half expecting it to be WR because he's always the first. Yeah, so I don't know what's up. Yeah, I'm streaming. Like EverQuest, I don't know. I'm really enjoying Daggerfall. I'll be honest. I'm really enjoying it. I killed a Daedra. I killed a Fire Atronach. I hunted a werewolf, and now I might go do a kill a lich quest next. I mean, it's just the dungeon delving is actually fun if you have a strong character with like 100 strength, 100 int, almost 100 speed. I have enough personality now where I can actually find stuff in the town, so that's cool. But dude, the dungeon delving in that game for some reason is really fun and satisfying. It's just like thwack, 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 recall, heal, store, thwack, 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 heal, thwack, thwack, thwack. Rest, thwack, 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 heal, recall, store stuff, thwack, thwack, thwack. It's just like, aw, it's super low. That's just me mumbling. Turn the music down even more. Timeline 0 is still being used. Timeline night. Okay. Firelight. Small. Get rid of that. Okay. And I'm gonna go through the other torch things. This is the backup. This is what it used to look like. This is what it looks like now. It's because I got rid of the spawning and destroying a light actor. So because I can use child actor component. It handles its own. Says it spawns an actor when registered and destroys it when unregistered. It's so much better. But it wouldn't, makes a DFU, yeah, the Unity thing. It is awesome. Let me show some screenshots on the stream real quick. You've seen them already. But, like, the view distance makes the game, like, you could not see anything like this before. That's the actual terrain in the background. That's not an image. Let me see if I got something. This is Daggerfall. This is the city of Daggerfall and the bay outside of it. This is playing the whole game. It's like this. You wander. Like playing the original game is so frustrating because you know how awesome this is, but you just can't see it. It's not rendered until you walk up like in your face. So, you see how wonderful it's so, like the design. We couldn't even see it, but now 20 years later. 30 years, what was that, 95-ish? Yeah, okay, 20 years later, it's like the design is suddenly revealed. It's like cleaning the paint off of the Mona Lisa. Not the paint, cleaning all the paint off of the Mona Lisa, and you see the beautiful frame. No, cleaning all the grime off of it, and you see what was there. And it's like, or not even like that, because the grime came on afterwards with the painting. This is like painting in grime, and then someone comes along and goes, oh, if you remove all that grime, you got a nice drawing there. Yeah, it's really, and it works great. All of the little bugs have been cleaned up from the original version, so anytime I run across something that says like, oh, weapon stats should say this, but it's actually this, it's actually displayed correctly in the Unity version. I'll probably get rid of these things. I don't think I'm using those anymore. Let me check. Oh, yeah, that's from the weapons. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's if you use the sword while you're in a fight. If it's your left hand, it'll automatically trigger a parry. If it's in your right hand, it'll make... That's good. That's useful stuff. I gotta remember that I have that in there, so definitely keep this. Definitely keep these. Well, actually, it's the hand model active and server hand model active that I wasn't sure about. Maybe that's correct, too. I mean, everything's working, so I'm just kind of like looking through my stuff. Both Outer Worlds and P99 will launch on the 25th of October. Yeah, Outer Worlds, I'm as intrigued as I can be, but again, it's like I don't know if it's gonna be kind of flat. Like the deadpan humor might not really be my thing. I'm not sure. Sometimes, like in those classic old school RPGs, I'm just like, stop it with the silly stuff. It's just like grown. But these are really genuine developers, so it might shine so much in its own genre that it's just like I have to play it. The other thing is people have talked about the combat looking clunky, but I think that might be a sell for me. It might be a good thing. That's the combat's a little slower and more you can see what's happening, but I don't know. If it's just like Fallout 4 where you just stand there and press the button in front of someone. Then again, I'm playing Daggerfall. So, right. Oh, so I am actually using those for the on-rep. So we'll just keep these too. Alright, this is the... Let's look at the hand. Oh, that's the C++ stuff. Maybe the rotation thing from... It's funny that the visual isn't opening. Normally I'd be like, close it, but it's not even loading at all. Hey, what's up, Timix? How's your project going? Let's see, I think the mounted candle might be the only other, like... Okay, that's good, that's a world model. Torch. Do I only have that one in buildings? Decorating a little your website. I finished adding the casting power. So now you need the skill tree. Yeah. I'm nowhere near that point yet. Mounted candle. Going to spawn, not a candle. It's under furniture. That's right, because I originally didn't plan on having it be holdable, but then I accidentally held it. I picked it up and I was like, whoa, that's awesome, you can carry a candle. Let's do it. So, just see that it's... Okay, so here, I want to do what I had over here. Basically, zip. Reparent this and destroy everything here. Just want... Is there even anything here? I think the construction script needs... Okay, so... Deletage. Delete, delete, delete. And... I'll... Reparent... to the torch. Did you end up using a WordPress template like I do? Or did you find another way? Candle and... okay, so also we want this to line up here. Lantern, interactive candle, interactable. Particle effect, we want it to be smaller scale. Craft. Well, WordPress you can do for free. That's why I suggested it. Have some free. It's not. And the free ones aren't that good, though. I understand. I never heard of Ucraft. I might have to check that out. Is it good? Because WordPress can be really annoying sometimes. I'm kind of used to it now, though, so I'm like accommodated to it. I never update my websites. I hate websites. I hate marketing. I always have. I don't know why I got involved in the industry. It just made it worse. Beforehand, I would have been like, oh yeah, I love making websites. That has nothing to do with marketing. And now I'm just like, it all must go. No, I'm just kidding. That mounted candle hand will be here. I want to torch hand. Okay, that's why this was sort of working. Mounted candle interactable should have lightweight and model somewhere. And I think this one's good to go. And the street lamp is different. I never pick it up, so I think it's like the only other light source that I've built in yet so far. So yeah, let's see if the NPC's candle is lit. Moment here. Hey, WR, there you are. Everyone, Temix and Mo beat you to it. You're not the first today. Oh god. It's a reflection of the light on some random piece of glass in the house, and I was just like trying to figure out where it is, and I stared right at it. Sun. I'm blind. He's still sitting there and his candle is lit. Excellent. Yeah, so I packaged the game yesterday. It's packaged complete, successful on the first try. When does that ever happen? And the torches and candles and lanterns all work correctly now. And they're using a more lightweight thing, so the shadows aren't going to flicker as much. They'll fluctuate still. The intensity, and I think that does a good job of simulating like the intensity and color changing rather than the position. Dang. Dark Age of Camelot is going to have a free-to-play model coming real soon. I played Dark Age of Camelot once, and like way after it came out, like more recently. And it struck me that the min-maxing mentality of the game is both basically just type slash follow on the Zerg leader. It's almost like Guild Wars 2. You just, you know, everyone Zergs together and roams around, and you level up together doing that, just running around killing stuff. And it's faster than like questing or anything, so I never really tried the questing or the world, but that's not like what the game is well known for. But then when I played the PvP itself, it's kind of just like, I guess it's been around so long that it lost that dynamic tactics stuff, and it boiled down to like what's the most efficient utilitarian way to group up and concentrate your damage. And that always bothered me about Guild Wars 2, is just this Zerg thing. It is so boring. Like, I think later on they added some stuff that makes it you know, possible to do things in a small group, or to accomplish small goals, or to have little skirmishes, but I still kind of felt like it never appealed to me in the sense of just like having world PvP like WoW does. I guess because WoW doesn't have goals per se. You're not trying to win, you're not getting points, you're just doing it for the fun of it or for the trolling of it. And so Ultima Online was plagued by the trolls on the highway, the highwaymen. It's there with like alchemy explosives and just like obliterate you on first sight. So I think one of the tricks is to make sure that nobody can be insta-killed no matter what. Like, also that you can't be invincible no matter what. So like a dude with plate mail can still fight against a dude with a dagger, and it won't be an even fight, but there's a chance. You know, there's a chance. They played on Phoenix server. You never heard of WordPress? They also don't talk about it, but Ucraft has an acceptable dollar if you making it free and the ad doesn't bother. Oh, yeah, ads. Seems you can't get the same feel that was in 2001. Yeah, I feel like pretty much like in World of Warcraft Classic too. It was like kinda different because everyone knew where to go for the specific food type that you want. And it was much more like systematic. There was no like, oh, I'm just gonna go over here and see what's over there. It was all like, okay, I'm gonna go over here because that's the best place to do this. And grind your cloth, and like, it was fun in a different way. It was a different game experience. But I would not say it was the same as exploring an untamed world. So something I was thinking of doing is embracing some of the procedural nature of the game, where Diablo and Daggerfall, where maybe the course of events and what you fight, why you fight it, all of that stuff is written out, but just where it is exactly will still be a mystery. I think that would be fun. To just sort of like just some random placement of some objectives out there, and you have to find it. Once you find it, you're like, we found the such and such. And every new game can enjoy that same experience. And maybe you have to change up some qualities too, like to find out, like, well, like, you found the such and such, but were you looking for the such and such already? Did you know the such and such exists already? It's supposed to be a mystery. So maybe some mysterious things that need to be randomized completely. It's like you don't know what the mystery is that's out there in this server, but you're going to go out and find it, and you're going to realize that, oh my god, there's a powerful Lich Lord, or oh my god, the enemy is a dragon, or, you know what I mean? Something that makes it more... You can see these things calling out as you back away, the particles. Either that, or they're just getting less frequent. Poof. Poof. That's kind of cool. Guild Wars 2 campaign is really good and can be done in solo. Yeah, I really like the world of Guild Wars 2 until you get into the expansions, and then I just like, it's so weird, and like, there's something about like, I'm waving my hands in front of the screen, but you can't see it, so I'm using my mouse instead. There's something about like, this sense of like 3D space. World of Warcraft did it great with these canopies, with these giant trees, and I'm trying to capture that. But something I noticed in Guild Wars 2 is that it's distracting UI elements. It's like you're playing a game like this. Let me see, what else can I open up? It's like you're playing the game like this constantly. Click. Right? You know, it looks like it's just like, it's so distracting. There's so many currencies. I can't do that game. Let's see. Did a perforce backup before this, so perforce source tree. Source tree, right? Come on, mouse over. Whatever, I think source tree. Oh, maybe I want to do that rotation. Add targeting. Skeleton shield. I think it's the same. Games like, well, Minecraft did that, but games like Ultima that introduce a sandbox world, the feel of it doesn't die because it depends how the players are interacting with this world. Exactly what I want to do here, where you dictate the way the story goes. So let's say you conquer the kingdom of wraiths, and you've destroyed all the wraiths, but then you find the ring of wraith control, and you're like, oh, maybe I kind of like wraiths. But you decide to do something different with them, like, or maybe there's like a choice about what kind of monster you can roll there. But the idea is, I want the players to be like, okay, I can just clean this place out and leave. Someone else might come along and find it and be like, oh my god, it's a fortress. Or I can just build around it and close it off. Or I can utilize the power. There's a catch. I was thinking, if you become one of these things, it's like you lose control of your character to the cursed item, and you just leave. Your character is left to the world as a bad guy. Like, it just gets converted to an NPC. Just like, you can't log in as it anymore. It's there. It's an enemy now. Maybe there's like a chance, you know? You try to wield some holy relic and it like actually curses you. Just based on your random roll. I don't know. But that kind of stuff would be epic, you know? First we have to align the left hand. Be on the controller. Models. I think it might be on the controller. Can't keep up with the content. With the Guild Wars 2, like, constant influx of information. Yeah, and like, I hate it when they add new stuff to a world that was already good. And it's like, okay, now the old stuff doesn't matter anymore. It's like, don't add new stuff, just keep improving what's there. You know? Look at all this stuff that isn't happening. I guess I copied it over here. Okay, where's the left hand transform? Falls. Just left hand socket, check left hand buttons. Maybe it's on the hand model. Somewhere I'm like readjusting its rotation. Hand offset. That's when you begin play. Okay. Turn on. Turn off. know what it is? I saw this on the other widget where I was doing something similar. If this equals, no wait, get actor local actor transform. You couldn't get into Guild Wars 2, somehow didn't get the point of it. The world design, don't like it. It's very cartoony, like a comic book. And very high fantasy, like it's not very realistic at all. Like it's just like fantastic stuff everywhere just happening for no real grounded. They try to ground it, but it's like, it's pretty ridiculous. But at least it's lush and very big world you can run around in. Yeah, I tried all the different races. They're very weird, like the Char and those little alien dudes. Sylvari being made out of leaves. That's kind of fun. It's very psychedelic. Let me see. If I knew where the other place was and I saw this. I guess it was. I thought it was here. Here, on rep active. World model. Get actor transform. What I'm thinking is maybe this isn't correct, and what it's doing is it continues to add this. Can I just... set rather than add? Yeah, I think that's the problem here. It's adding rather than setting. We don't really need that for now. We'll do the same here. This is set. I don't think I want... I mean, this is add. We don't want set. I don't even think that needs to be on rep active too. There's no real need to do that. There's like some extra checks. Aside from that, oh wait, yeah, you don't like it either, to be honest. I make a character and I'm like, the heck do I do now? Quest or PvP? Oh yeah, where do you go? Exactly, there's so many objectives. It's like, oh, do whatever you want. Like, I don't know what I want to do. You gotta have some guidance. You don't want to be on a rail, but you want to know, like, north, east, south, west, you know? What? Aside from the style of it, the content on it is boring, and kind of introducing it to the player is wrong. Psychedelic, baby! I'm so far behind you guys in the typing. Multi-layered conversation here. Alright, so let's check out some left-hand models on clients. Let's see if that helped. I might need to... Let's see, I guess rep notifying active was good because it was rep notifying the transform. So... Well, begin play should do it for everybody, no matter who you are. Just setting it shouldn't do it twice. I should just say, okay, this should be the thing. If it's not, if it already is, it should be that again. It's not going to go add it again. That might have been what was happening. Alright, be right back a minute. it great? It's so lush, and I love these new repainted art assets that the community made. These are mods. So it's basically they took the same thing and they just like redid it in higher resolution. It's like it's just having a new artist do the same thing. It looks the same. It's just someone else happened to paint it, but it's like just tracing over the same thing with more definition. I think it's pretty good. Do you know the way? The why? What? The way? Do you know the way? Oh. Isn't it W-A-E? Jumping around to see if the game like hitches up like it was doing yesterday. Oh, yep. Once the torch appeared, it starts. I guess it spawned all the equipment all at once. Then it settles down. We're gonna have to test that out. See what's going on. Where's that guy? Probably the other side. Oh, never mind. Down here. Whee! Alright, I'm just gonna bring him. So you won't guys be playing? Oh, you guys won't be playing on P99's new server? I'm not really too interested in playing EverQuest again right now. It was fun. I might play. When does it launch? Is this you said on the 25th or whatever? I mean, that's like 6 days away. I might be sick of Daggerfall by then. You know how it is. Alright, let me just getting distracted. Let me test this real quick. Okay, so no, okay, I didn't switch it off. But it is in the right place. Yeah, the hands look like they're good. I need to get a shield, actually. That's the trick. I forget if I can talk to this guy as the other faction right now, or if I have it closed. Oh no, I can use him. Alright, oh no, I'm inside the shield. No, it didn't work. Sorry, it's very small. Didn't work on this guy either. Huh. Huh. Hit you with the back of my shield. Alright. 25th October, you may play cleric, so you won't have to problem finding group. Well, healer would be good. I played tank before. It's not bad. I'm familiar with how it works, sort of, but I don't know, it's a little treacherous. If I had someone that I know healing me, maybe it'd be better. It'd be easier to run through them. Levels and stuff. The furthest I got was like the mansion, the undead mansion. And I got up to like almost 20 as a warrior, and then I switched to paladin so I could have heals, or vice versa, I forget. So... So you have the component in its local reference frame. How about sets? Or on here? Wait a second. Oh, I'm doing it to the wrong thing. Bloop. I was setting the world model's position. This whole world model hand model thing probably is completely unnecessary, but it's just something I know from like reading about game development from back in the day, and like how do they make Quake, stuff like that, you know? You have like the hand model, the world model has different resolutions, and I got in my head that it was absolutely necessary to do it like that, but I think it's for the better. It's funner. They can do different things when they're in your hand or when they're on the ground. You know, without having to have a variable for it. It's just a different thing. I don't know. I do have a variable for it because I have to reference the hand model, but I'm just like talking about why I chose to do things like that. It's more like just mentality of the classic methods where you'd have to do that, even though I never did it in the old school. I did do some hammer editing. I made like a castle. I was the wrong scale and I gave up. I also made like a little demon monster that I was just trying to make a humanoid thing, and it turned out looking like a demon monster. And I'm like, well, it wasn't very good, and I got this made by doing the wrong scale of the castle. I was just like, F it. But it would have been cool to have I would have made the first Team Fortress Classic castle level by just going with it, like as if I would have finished it. That's not good. Maybe it did work, and it just caused it to go invisible like that. You didn't even know the original EQ was still being updated or new content? Don't put EQ2 EQ. The original EQ, I think, still did have some updates for a while. Okay, it's doing something. It's just disappearing it. It's kind of weird. Got disappeared like an HK dissident. Relative transform. That's what I want. Of just the static mesh. Yeah, these are two separate things. The green thing is the original version, like the vanilla classic experience, and EverQuest itself, the official servers are still having updates and stuff. Like, they still have new content. It's a different system. There's a lot of different changes in the way the rules work. I think leveling is different. I know that, oh, it's been a while since I looked at, what was the difference? The main difference was like, oh man. People were really, so something about the combat, or am I thinking of a different game? I think I'm thinking of a different game. They do something to change it drastically, and people were upset about it. Like, toaster waffles. You got it backwards. Wait. Okay. It's not exactly what I want. I do want it to be add. Oh, but arg. So that's why I want it to be okay. Let's keep this set, but we're gonna add it to the original if it equals that. So I'm gonna say, oh, you can't add a transform. Are you serious? Oof. Let me see about this. Get relative transform. Break that, add these. And does this equal? I guess we can just set that anyway. Well, wait, static mesh. Let me check something real quick. Like, static mesh is on a scene root, so I move the static mesh around, and then I change. So I need to keep that original initial scale, something like that. You got queen, another one bites the dust stuck in your head. That's a great eating toaster waffles song, let me tell you. Alright, this is really annoying because I don't want to keep adding it. I want to do an add, but only if it... It's like there's no way to tell if this was the original or if it's just where it is now. Or wait, ooh, get default settings of default. No? Gotta go. See you, man. I think I have to go back and then I have to change all those numbers. This will work for the server, but as soon as you start seeing it on anything else, it's like, it's not correct. Do we have something called default scene route? I think that's just, no, that's just this guy. Maybe on construction? Yeah, on construction I'll save that. Where's construction? Oh, there you go, initial scale. Let's just... I don't think I'm using this anymore. Get. We'll just handle scaling separately from initial transform without scale. Shouldn't matter. Alright, and then event graph. We want to get that. And we want to add the, can we? No. Let's just compare on location. So if left-hand offset plus initial transform equals false, then add. True, we can just set, because we're not multiplying or anything. Alright. Let's see if that did it. Because this way we're only adding it if it equals the added original and offset. The current can't use for comparisons because you're changing it in the code. Does this equal toaster waffles? That's what my coding in Unreal is. You come up with different words for the random acronyms? Is that, yeah, acronyms. I was thinking one example of like a rule, if I had other people designing my world for me, I would say no anachronisms, which means like, you know, having a motorcycle or, you know, like things that aren't period and more like there for like silliness or whatever. Just like, no, none of that. Hey, wait. Oh. Hmm. A little bit off. Maybe because it was originally, you know, it looked better when it was set transform. Torch is good. I wonder what's happening here. When items load in, it's freezing up for a bit. Oh, I don't see his thing as being correct at all. Oh, now I do. Once it's been loaded in front of him. Although it's not correct. I feel like it should be something on rep notify instead. Oh, don't crash. Let's see. Like, what if instead of this here on begin play, I put it on rep notify? I don't know if I need the authority there, but check seemed to work. Just gonna try set instead. See if maybe I had that wrong. Maybe it was in the right position, it's just a little bit off because of the different races being different scale and stuff. And I've done some adjusting for that. It's just, you know, you can't adjust perfectly for every different model. And I'm okay with that. I hope you are too. Let's see. be right back a minute. I still like that. Does this equal toaster waffles? Oh, reconnected. Wonder what happened there. What the heck? It's cool, but wrong! Can't put a delay on here, can I? No. I'm gonna do it here as well. It takes too long to hit the play button. I'll be right back. Okay. What was that? Indeed. Just knocking things over. Don't even know what. Perhaps there's a different thing for the NPCs. That's more or less correct. No, it's not though. Maybe just the kite shields are off. And the shield. Oh, click that button first. It'd be funny if it was just a variable on a couple of the shields. Like, how do these things happen now? History of the universe? No, this one's different. Oh, it got refreshed. As it should. But that looks different. It looks like it didn't happen at all. Can I go and try and get ArcH Unchained working? Keeps giving me connection error. Oh man, their servers might be getting hammered. Just launched, right? I don't think I'm gonna be playing that one. The writing and the questing and the story was just like blah, so bad, and like nothing placed with any purpose. It's just like here, and there's the next thing, and there's the next thing, and it's just awful. Sorry. I think the mechanics are probably really cool, the MMO underneath the story, but I can't play through that. I tried like 3 or 4 different races and they were all the same, like half-assed. Just, I don't know. Out of character, fourth wall breaking. Well, actually, now I want to see, does this equal just this? I'm going to try without any addition and just set. That's a better way to do it. And I'll just make the code right and adjust the numbers. Because there aren't that many things that need to be rotated to the left hand. I think the lanterns and the shields. At some point I'm going to go through all the items. Hey Shikama, what's up? I'm going to go through all the items at some point anyway, just to like give them descriptions, make sure the weight and size makes sense, the stats for the weapons and all that. So at that point I have to make sure that I go through their left hand offsets as well. Let's make the code good and adjust the numbers I can think of for now. Because yeah, set is much better than add for this purpose. Basically just want it to be there. That looks better. Or the same. Like, incorrect a little bit. I have to adjust that rotation for some reason. But where's the other one? Buckler. It's much better. I think that's correct. Just set was correct. But that one didn't... Oh, is that just because it's... Oh, it's a kite shield. No, it's different. Oh, it's a kite shield. Let me come in as a server client. A lot of stuff happening there. It's the same on client and server, that's important. That's not. It's not the same. Well, it is when I swapped it. Interesting. Well, this is better, sort of. When I pick it up, it's wrong. If I swap it around, it's better. I just have to fix the location of a couple of the shields. Okay, but we're getting closer. It matches server and client. It's in basically the right position. I'm on a short character, so it makes sense that it's a little bit... Oh, wait. But that one does... They only match up once it gets swapped. Nope, it doesn't go from the server to the client. The client's not seeing other characters. Okay, but NPCs, he is. Client can see NPCs with the right left-hand offset, so it's the server's offset that wasn't going through. And I take that switch has authority off. No, no, don't look at this graph. No, no. You didn't see that. Am I in the right place? Construction script. There it is. Oop. So how is your learning going? Shakama. I don't know how to say your name. Shakama? I mean, just normal, without making it sound silly. That's probably how you say it, right? Sorry. Let's see. People say my name silly all the time. Good. The thing is, I don't really say my name correctly, because I have like an American accent. My name's Armando. You just heard me say it. It's just like Armando, but it's not. This sounds like some Nine Inch Nails. What's going on right here? Wait a second. 316. It doesn't say when the playlist is or anything. Okay. Looking decent so far. Banned. Just kidding. That's so offensive. God. It's because I'm talking really quietly because it's early in the morning and my dad's asleep here. Soon I'm gonna have my own place and be streaming very loud in the mornings. Oh, this looks much better. I think it's fixed. We just have to see a client seeing another client at this point, and I have to fix some of the shield rotations that are way off. Yeah, the quietness thing. That's why I'm like whispering, yeah. This is an ASMR channel, so enjoy the view. Sorry. Be careful with this loading in a third client here. Or a second client. First is server. Second is the first client. Third is the second client. Just happen to be chilling over here. That's good. Something's happening when the character comes into area. I think it might have to do with the rep notifies of the hand models, like, but I don't know. It could be anything. It could be some loop I have not passing through until something's valid. You know, put it on a longer delay somewhere. All right, let's pick something up here. Get that shield. Get another shield too. So it's the first time I picked it up. Nice! Woohoo! Bang them symbols together. Awesome. Alright, I'll be gonna go AFK for a minute again, celebrate this recent victory. Just a minute. I'm very happy that this is working. I need to fix some of the rotations of the other shields. They were like way off. But as you can see, this satyr is actually slightly larger than the normal human, and this batling is slightly smaller. I've done my best to sort of line up the items. It looks a little hovery, but I mean, when have you not seen hovering in an MMO game like this? So if you want an NPC to do a bunch of stuff, you need an encyclopedia-looking behavior tree. There's no learning type of stuff in Unreal. No, there's no learning. You can use Unreal to do procedural learning stuff, but it's sort of external, using Unreal Engine as the like body doing the work. But I have seen some YouTubers doing that, and I badgered them about, like, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing, like, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing? And finally they told me, like, they basically just set an XYZ coordinate, a location in space, a location vector, and the like physics body like swings the arm in like every possible direction until it gets the closest response to the hand being in that position to quote unquote swat a fly was his goal. And so basically what I was doing is I was giving it a vector, and it was just trying every possible way of moving the arms and just doing all of them until it gets the best one. And I don't know, I don't like that stuff. I just don't. Here I am writing a screenplay about how good guys need to take over AI and prevent the bad guys from using it as a weapon of war. And I don't believe in AI. And it's just like, maybe it's just like real AI. That's not real AI. That's having fun playing with computers. Real AI is gonna, I think it's already out there. I think that's the thing we don't realize. I think the computers have been watching us. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, it's just sort of like, God, you can't know anything that you don't know about. And on that note, I'll go AFK for a minute while we gaze in awe at these shields. But I use behavior trees and a combination of behavior trees and just regular blueprint logic for my NPCs. So the behavior tree might just be like, okay, which blueprint logic are you going to run? And then and the behavior tree is basically just literally split between a variable. So there's not really any, there's some point in using it so you can go back. It's just a different procedure of logic flow where instead of just being a branch where you go this way or that way, it's sort of like this way, that way, or back. So it has some advantages. It's like more intricate logic system, but you don't need to use it anyway. Unity has deep learning. That's what it's called, deep learning. Maybe it does. I mean, this is what I'm saying. I've seen Unreal used for deep learning, but I don't think it's built in where you just press a checkbox or something, you know, like everything else in Unreal. That would be cool though. Like, do deep learning. Okay. I actually have pretty decent reception out here, but I can't see what anybody's saying. I can just listen to the music and ramble. But yeah, that's good. I got the left. Wow, never mind. So, I'm not sure if I want to try to fix that hang up that happens when the characters load in. It might be barking up a big wall here. AFK for the sandwich. But let's save the fact that this worked. So maybe some of those shields. Okay, so the variable's on the world model. What the fuck, that sounded so creepy? What? Did I say something? Was there a noise? Is there someone in my house? Creepy with a K, welcome to Halloween. All month long. We're rocking it here, live and in studio. At Halloween Incorporated with a K. So honestly, I don't really sure what I'm doing here as far as adjusting the left-hand offset of these things. I need to play and check. I wonder if I can just like edit it while playing, see it in action. Sometimes it works. Maybe like if I swap the hands after changing the number. But sometimes you can't change things while it's live. No, see, like I can't. Well, it's got a character with a kite shield in hand, so I can quickly hop into it and take a look. WR, what are you talking about? So that little square there is what's doing the show character password. Box, whatever it is. Pops up when I hit tab. Okay, yeah. Great shield. It's just like, what? This is negative 135. Let's try 0. QQ. Okay, so this is 0. Actually quite close. Just need to be flipped 180 entirely. Yeah, maybe. I guess he meant you. I have to look at it again. Skynet, I hear you. Oh, that part, yeah. Flipped top to bottom. So the actually want to flip the X. 180. I typed in 180 and it gave me negative 179.9. Okay. If you insist. Rotators. Oh, the ASMR channel thing. Oh, okay. Dot dot dot. I have no defense. Although it would be a pretty chill stream just to leave it on with background music like this and just watching the sun go over and over like I do most of the time, but just to like title it like chill ambiance stream. I feel like I would need my own music though. I can't just play some other YouTube playlist if that's gonna be the thing. But then it's like my own music. I don't know if that's what we want to hear. Alright, so let's rotate a little bit on the other way too. Once I flipped it, which way is that? Because the arms are animated slightly different, so... Oh, so that would flip this way, and then, yeah, flip this way again. But which way? Oops, that game mode. Did I close it? I closed it. You hear that robot sound? Where? Where's the robots? Left and offset Z. Like 15 degrees, positive or negative, I'm not sure. Discord chat, yeah. We got that. You mean like voice? Sometimes we do that, but it's very distracting. I was thinking of doing like a chill stream, like a Q&A thing sometimes, so it needs to be negative. Maybe we can all just hang out. That would be fun. But I don't know, getting people together, because we don't have like, we have like 150, no, we have 175 in the Discord, just as like total members, and like 800 YouTube followers, something like that. Am I talking to Discord? No, I just ramble. That's some advice for streamers that I wasn't given, but I found. I looked it up, and they're like, just keep talking. You know, even if nobody's responding or there's nobody there, just if someone shows up, they want to see an active thing happening, even if this game is loading. And it's better. Hey, wait a second. What? I think I have to change it to does it equal 0? Because those have left-hand offsets. I have to add a check there. What? Kite. Not skirt. What are you talking about? Got me all distracted. Okay, yeah. On the... But if it's 0, then shouldn't that be true? Skirt the guy in my game. The delay there is like, I don't know what you're talking about now. Use more words, the guy, yes, in the game, okay. No, it's like they got like tunics on. I see what you're saying now. It's sort of skirt-ish. You're so cold. Oh. Alright, so torch's left-hand offset 0. So why is it flipping it around? The rotation is 0, but it's transform. Oh, the hand model, that's what I want now. Okay, hand model. Oh, not the backup. It came out wrong. Jesus. I don't know if there's any other way for that to come out. So it has weird rotation here for standard. Most of them do, though. Maybe I should do nearly equals. But even... Yeah, because then it's setting it to 0. That's what's happening. Because it must be converting it. But it's a location. That doesn't make any sense. Blueprints with no comments? Yeah. It's all in my head. I'll comment it later. No, I comment a lot of places. A lot of places. Like, here's some comments. You know, we got some comments. Why would it be... So it would set it to 0 if it doesn't equal this plus that. But if this is 0, this plus that... Maybe I should say, does this equal 0? Just, that was what I was thinking about. Does this equal 0? So only if the offset's supposed to be 0, or other than 0. That should fix the torch there. It's freaking out. It's freezing out. Freaking cold. I know that much. I've been outside today, though. It's not that bad. This morning was bad. That sun's been coming out. Speaking of going outside, though. Lots of weed to be smoked. I saw someone saying something about, like, are you allowed to talk about weed on Twitch? Like, what? The fuck? Where are you not allowed to talk about? I guess Twitch can, if they wanted to. They have the right to say you can't talk about weed here. So, but it's like, really? People are that concerned at this point? Talk about it as much as possible so they're forced to allow it. Shit. But I'll be right back. That little bloop sound is actually really helpful for calling me back. It's like, hey, the game is up. Go play. No. No. Why? You're holding it backwards. It's so stupid. How? This is equals 0? False. It's false. Really though, what the heck? What the heck? Even it's nearly. Marge, grown. Oh, I'm also doing it here. This should be a function. Oops, what did I just do? Anyway. I'll make sure I do the same thing. Set relative. Left-hand offset, nearly 0. Oh, I don't know which one of these is correct. Well, we'll find out. Loading, loading, loading. There it is. This is the downside of making a pretty map to test your game in. if I had continued with just like that Unreal Starter Zone thing, I never would have figured out any of the open world stuff to begin with. I never would have known the scope at which I have to contain myself to, or even any sense of it. I would have just been making combat moves and stuff and RPG mechanics. Okay, good. Let's check on the clients. I should convert that to a function so that I'm not just changing it somewhere else on rep. Just left hand offset. I'm gonna be handle, but then too many hand in the same word. Let's get rid of that. And then here we want to do the same. Instead of that. Now it's a function. If I change it once, it changes it whenever I use it. It is important to do things like that. Did I just hit one player again too? I think I did. I wonder if my YouTube thing needs to be reset. I'm gonna reopen. I think if I get disconnected, it might not. Because I did get disconnected a bit ago. Alright, if anyone's in YouTube, feel free to test that out if I wasn't replying before. It should be connected now. I'm gonna get so sick of this playlist, but it's 7 hours long, so I figure whenever I'm sick of it, I'll just start listening to it. I'm just kidding, I listen to them too much too. Or don't. Just wallow in awkward silence. Mwahaha. Okay. Server good. gonna just sit here for a minute and see if... Well, no, I don't need to test X. Freezing only happens when the items load in. It's like all of the items are taking their sweet time to load. And then they come in, and it starts. And then it starts. Uh-oh. My character is apparently holding a street lamp. Oh my god, it actually dropped the street lamp. That's hilarious. What? How did that even happen? That's one of the best bugs. That's right up there with Temix attacking the door and it hurting me, which I still haven't fixed. You can still do that, and I know exactly what's caused it. I'm just sort of like... So I think maybe quitting out the game as a client is causing some errors. It's impossible to tell. Like, not just anytime, but like because I'm in the editor. It's pretty funny. Or maybe like the torch, something got parented to that incorrectly. I don't know, but it looks correct here. Just need to look at it from another client's perspective. Okay, their items are already in. It's only when my character's hand models... Oh, yeah, once my character's hand models load in, that's where the problem is. But the other ones were fine. They were already there. Maybe I should make items net load on client, just so that they're already there before you load in. It's a simple checkbox to see if I can make that work. Maybe the hand models. No, that doesn't make any sense because they wouldn't already exist. And actually, yeah, because it's the hand models. It's not the items. It's not the world items. It's spawning these hand models is like triggering some loop. I have to take a look at that and see what's going on there. But for now, yeah, the other client looks good. I need to make it so you can wear shields. Huh, the timeline doesn't want to work on clients anymore. I thought I fixed that. I thought it was just because the item was broken. No, looks like the timeline's not running on the client. Likewise, if the server does it. There it goes, finally at the end. Or just do switch has authority if you're the server. Do the timeline. If you're not, just switch it on immediately. Because there's no need to. Well, I mean, the clients should be able to do it on their own. I need to start making that a practice to always save and quit. just to make sure that's just to see if that's what's happening with the save game or some other random stuff that I'm doing. Maybe spawning one of these actors incorrectly and not saving the game when it spawned. Copyright claim. Yeah, they don't like this. The music, but it works. I might as well play like bands I like. But then it really gets bad when you play like real bands that are like mainstream and stuff. Like stream gets shut down. It's like, come on. Come on. So I'm trying to remember what the problem was now. If I was just moving on. Anybody? The torches were working fine, but I thought I saw something else. Oh yeah, no, I wanted to figure out was what the, okay, yeah, with the hand models, like, loading, probably the begin play. Let's do a longer delay here. This is what we're testing. Is there a hitch when the hand models load in on the client? Oh, there it is. Do a performance thingy. Oof, it's like it's worse now. Or maybe not. It seemed to be when the models were loaded. If I run away from these guys, let's go somewhere else. Let's go to Desert Human Spawn, like whatever, middle of the ocean, sure. Alright. I'll fix the spawn points and stuff sooner or later. I'm gonna get to the story stuff soon. I think I just want to round out the other crafting things, so the mining, smithing, and like harvesting cloth and meat from animals, and doing like cooking and clothing making, and then I'll do story. I think that's basically the gist of it. Oh, and stonemasonry too is very important. So that's like building castles and stuff, stone walls. But that's gonna go in with mining, sort of. Let's see if maybe if it doesn't do anything. Or maybe it's specifically the torches that are like lagging on begin play. guess isn't too much going on here. Trying again. So you guys know what a doomed spy is? This is some important stuff. You should know what a doomed spy is. So if you don't know what a doomed spy is, you too may be doomed. Okay. Here's the test. Oh, incoming. T minus 30 seconds. I can do this for now. Dancing. Okay, there we go. And it's freezing. It's not that begin play loop. Oh, my hand models. But I wonder if maybe if I make... It's like I just don't know what it could be exactly. Do a backflip. Yeah. Yeah. Might have to just do a start file thing. Start file, I think is the command. And take a look at it and see what happened. Let's see how good I am at that. Deducing the problem. Because it's kind of like pretty serious hitch and it's brand new. Definitely wasn't doing that too long ago. Okay. So I'm going to do a session recording. This one will track the performance of everything in the game and give us a visual and a list of all of the events in the game, most of which will say they're waiting for another task, so it becomes a bit of an effort to dig through and figure out what exactly is going on. So I'm going to load in with this character first, and just make sure I know what the start file, okay. I'm going to type that in before because it could be anything that's getting updated. I don't really know. Just waiting for it to pop up. Okay. So, we're back. So I hit the console and typed stat start file and then stat stop file